Okay, starting recording now. Hi, this is Aneta, and she's been on the 2018 Homeopathic Practice Building Course, and she was willing and happy to talk about her experiences, where she's come from, the process of doing the course and what her outcomes have been. Being as we're only at the 5th month, and she's already asking us questions about how to deal with being so busy. We thought she would be an ideal person to ask about a testimonial for the course. So handing over to Aneta. Hopefully it should record both of us. We'll try it out.
Hello, everybody. I just want to talk about how I process practice building, how it was before. So before I felt stuck and I didn't know how to get clients, how to communicate on the social media, how to approach the people. I had probably, I think, 7 clients a month. Yes, 7 clients a month. But number wasn't growing, was decreasing, and I didn't know what's wrong, what I've done wrong, why I'm not getting more clients. So I decided to take homeopathic practice building. And then I already had the website, to be honest, because some of the people, they were building website through the course, and then some of them fell stuck. But I already had a website, but I still, when I had a good website, I didn't know how to get people. Not many people visit my website. And then I've learned how to use social media, how to set up social media, organizing group, business page, how to talk to people, give them advice, and make sure I've got testimonial. And then after few months, I start getting more clients and people start approaching me, and I realized that what mistake I've made. So I was like advertising more than giving people advice, gentle, as a normal homeopath. And then I wasn't well known on the group. So after being as a normal homeopath giving advice, people start approaching me. Some of the people giving good feedback. And now I start getting more and more clients. And then thanks for you for learning how to write the blogs, how to do an interview. Zoom. I was so just scared to be in public speaking, through the camera. Like now I can talk to you in Zoom. And then for me now is very, very normal to talk to the people. I have my own group. I talk to people. I put blogs, testimonial, clients asking me for the advice. Some people it's like a domino, because now clients advertising me on the Facebook, on the social media, and even words of the mouth. And then now they're getting now I have every week I have like 10 clients weekly.
Yeah.
And
wow. So from 7 per month. 7 per month and decreasing, you now have 10 weekly. And what's your goal? How many would you like a week? What's your goal?
I think I achieved more than I wanted. So obviously I would love to keep it in 10 a week. If it would happen in 15, yes, I'll manage. But I would like to keep it in 10 a week, and I'm really, really happy.
You find as you go along as well, if you put some of the automated systems in that we've been talking about in lesson 5, and you become more efficient, that you can actually see more patients in the time that you used to see 10, you would be able to see more in a week. So then 20 becomes quite manageable, because the rest of your system is automated, and gradually you just get because you're seeing more patients, you get more efficient in the whole process. And your stamina grows, so you feel less tired. by the process. That's been my experience, and I know that's Alan's experience. So, and your website, you've got more hits on your website, you've got traffic on your website.
Yes, yeah, the traffic is more, and my website is on the Google is much higher on the searching engine, because people start visiting and advising. I think I have to learn as you speak now. I'm sorry.
Whoops, today. That's all right. Don't worry.
Now I have to learn be more efficient.
Yes.
And be more organized. Yes. Do more things.
Yeah, that comes with putting in the systems that we advised, or some similar systems to those that we advised in lesson 5, but also it just comes with seeing more patients. I think it's really hard to see a few patients a week, because it's almost like when you start running, if you start a running program, at first it's hard to run. And if you don't run often enough, then running is quite difficult. But I think when you get to the point where you're practicing more full time, it's actually much easier. And when I've had a break of a week off and I come back to see, I think I've got something like 20 booked in for the end of this week. It's a little bit intimidating, but once you get into it, it's quite smooth. I think it's quite smooth. Can I ask you any negative feedback for the course? Anything you felt could have been done better? Anything you felt was difficult, or that would mean that some people wouldn't find the course suitable? Did you find anything problematic? It's really useful for us to have feedback as well. So is there anything that you thought could have been done better? Or anybody that would struggle with the course, what's your opinion?
Definitely, I would advise someone needs the time. You need the time to organize yourself. Like some people complain because of the holiday time. This is personal choice. But you have to find yourself very focused, because you're paying money. Make sure you do your homework and you see the result. So it's not like signing up the course and then someone do work for you. No, you have to really take your time to practice and do your homework, and then you will see result. If you sign in, paying money, things happen. No, it won't happen. I spend few hours, sometimes a day, to be active on the group. To talk to the people, giving advice. So it's really to be honest with yourself when you sign in, to follow the course as you advise. You have a time and commitment. So I will advise. The course is running brilliantly, I think. When I ask you, can we talk 15 minutes? I have a problem. So you find time to give me more advice, even. Go myself. So
you're somebody that turns up. You've turned up for every lesson, every tutorial, because we have the live lessons and the live tutorials. And then if you need 15 minutes on top of that, I'm happy to give it. But sometimes when somebody's just not doing their homework, they're not turning up, and they think they'll say, oh, well, I can't come to the tutorial, even though they've known 6 months ahead the dates of the tutorials. If they've got a really good reason, then I'll offer them a 15 minutes. But otherwise, I'd be a bit disinclined. But I think if you're working really hard and you need a little tweaking, I'm really happy to do those extra little 15 minutes here and there. But it's really useful to do that in the public, in the group, because the other people also benefit from your process. In tutorial, you spend quite a lot of time listening to somebody else having a tutorial. So we'll have something like 8 people in a tutorial. So you're listening to 7 people, and then you've got your spot. But in the 7 people's time, you learn a huge amount, do you think, Aneta? From listening to people's struggles or questions?
I learned a lot how people struggle, because that was my past. I struggled the same like the people. And then also is that you are giving a feedback where I'm stuck, where I'm procrastinating. So I've got someone who observing me. Okay, you're not doing right. You've got projection. You are stuck here. So that was really appreciate. I move forward here. I get over this, the stuckness and procrastination. So that's really moved me forward with my practice.
Brilliant. And I don't think we have got an option for some of the people that have been on the course to continue. If some people have started and they found it very difficult, they're not ready to be videoing live. they feel very insecure about themselves as people and as homeopaths, and it can be more difficult for them to keep up with the work. I mean, if they feel like that and they still do the work, they can do the course without any problems. But we've got some people that are coming over to the roll-on, roll-off version of the course that we're just developing. That's going to be, the teachings will be recorded, but then we will have 4 hours a month, which we currently have in split between teaching and tutorial. We'll have 4 hours a month split just for tutorials, so there's extra contact time in the group, etc. So I'm going to allow some people to come on from the course and just continue on that on a monthly basis. They pay monthly because they have struggled to get their work done for one reason or another. You're not in that situation, Aneta, so we're going to graduate you. I don't think you need us anymore, but you know, we're always around, and you've got your 2018 group, your colleague group. You've met lots of people on the course who you can talk to, and it's good to have colleagues. Yeah.
So I really want to encourage people who are graduate from the college or homeopathy that feel stuck to sign into the course and do the homework and move on. That is possible to have a full-time practice, because I didn't believe before. Yeah,
it is very possible to have a full-time practice and to earn very well in practice. We're very clear at the beginning of the course that you need to set your prices at a decent rate, which is reflecting your professional status, rather than at the rate of somebody who would just be doing hair, or you know, we're offering a health service, so we tweak that very early on, as you remember in the course, talking about setting your prices at a level that values what you're offering. Also gives the message to people that you're offering something of value, which I think can be misunderstood if you're offering appointments at £25 a pop. It's not particularly professional. Okay, so thanks very much for talking to me today, and I shall end the recording and we can carry on chatting afterwards.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Aneta.
Thank you.
I'm just going to end the recording. If you'll receive an email notification on the cloud recording.